All right, so our next guest in the realm here is White Sox Dave.
Happy birthday, David.
Thank you. So White Sox Dave, I was the ones like we should get him on. So White Sox Dave, I forgot what I was doing. I saw a missed call from him. I couldn't pick it up, and he texted me yesterday, Eddie, and he was basically like, I want to give you a heads up. I'm being blackmailed. Like, I called you a douchebag privately in some conversation, and somebody has screenshots of this conversation. They're threatening to send it to me unless White Sox Dave buys this person opening day White Sox tickets. Do I have that correct?
You have that correct. He was also demanding Lori Lightfoot's phone number from me, and then I took like a glance down his timeline. He's like an insane person.
So do you have Lori Lightfoot's cell phone number?
No, absolutely not. We interviewed her like 2 months after she was elected. She got elected.
No, it wasn't 2 months. It was like 2 months after COVID started.
But she got elected that January, I thought.
19. But regardless.
Okay,
so you don't know that this guy's even really got these screenshots, or he showed them to you of me?
No, he showed them, and I was telling Eddie prior to when we got in the office today. I reported him to Twitter, and it deletes the conversation immediately. So he's legit an insane person. I had another buddy who kind of dealt with a similar situation, and he put me on a call with a lawyer, and he's like, all right, this guy's fucked up. What he did is illegal. If he's out of the state of Illinois, it's a federal offense, and that's he can get in a lot of trouble for what he did.
Okay, I'm not as concerned about that.
I know you're not.
So you just go around talk shit about me?
I don't talk shit about you. That's the thing. I have no fucking clue when this conversation took place.
But you said you saw it?
I saw it, yeah. It didn't have any...
What exactly did it say?
I think what it was a conversation between me and somebody else that gave the screenshot to him. I could be incorrect there. He could have just made a burner account and had it.
And you don't have the screenshot anymore?
I do not have the screenshots because I reported it to Twitter and it automatically deletes the conversation. I told Ed that, and I'm like, I wish I had the screenshots. He's like, is Dave Portnoy always this I think he used the term abrasive, and by the sounds of it, I think it was after.
And what do you say? Yes, he's a douchebag?
I said, I don't even know if this is exactly, well, not exactly. I said, I don't even know if Dave Portnoy exists anymore. It's like Walter White and Heisenberg. It was he was a douche nozzle or a cock douche or something, which is a word that I've never said before. And he's like, all right, well, if you can't get me Lori Lightfoot's phone number, and I like I said, I glanced down his timeline. He's like insane right-wing freak. And
I don't care about any of that. I'm much more concerned what you say about me privately.
Eddie, what do I say about Dave Portnoy? Would I go to war for Dave Portnoy?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, yeah.
I especially
he's more like Walter White than he is the original guy, and he's a douche nozzle.
And that's a word that I would never say. It was like
but
a cock douche. But I don't remember ever having this conversation. It was a one-off thing.
Well, I mean, you at the office just the other day, you were drunk, rambling, trashing people. Is that what you do?
I wasn't drunk at the office. You got the wrong guy there. 100%. We all know who we're talking about here.
Are you saying Carl was drunk at the office?
Yeah. To the point where I was like, get me the fuck away from him. But that has nothing to do with this.
Do you think Carl has privately called me a douchebag?
I don't know.
So you don't think I'm a douchebag, but privately you call me?
I've called Ed a douchebag. I've called Chief a douchebag. I've called Dan a douchebag.
Privately?
Privately without cameras on. Of course. Okay. But I'm pretty sure it was after I got sent home from New York after landing 30 minutes earlier or whatever. And I was just fired up.
Weren't you late?
Well,
Why'd you get sent home?
Delayed. My flight got delayed, I was late. It was out of my control. It was a beautiful day in Chicago that day. Perfect day to call a baseball game. But no, I don't think you're a douche at all. It's like I told you in the text message. I'm like, Dave, he might come at you, he might not. I told him to fuck off.
I'd love to see the messages. I will say this.
I would love to show you the messages. The lawyer I talked to, he's like that. Like that's crossing state lines. That's a federal offense. It's like a serious.
Someone's gonna get in serious trouble for threatening you to that they're gonna
here's
expose
something
you,
I think
calling me
you
a
are.
douchebag.
You always want to win a petty off, right? I'm the same way, and I think Ed can attest to that. If this guy's trying to get me in trouble with you, get me dragged along the internet streets, then I will go to war with him, and I will try to end his soul. Like, I will try to fucking end this guy's life. Not literally. I'm talking, I will press charges. I will do whatever I got to do to, like, tell this motherfucker off.
How long has he been threatening you?
It was just yesterday. And I haven't heard from him since.
Did you tell me because you were afraid I was going to see it?
I wanted you to hear it from me first. Yeah.
That's because you were afraid I was going to see it. Yeah.
If I called you a douche, it had to have been years ago. I don't know if I was full time. I'm pretty sure it was after the New York thing. But it was me fired up. I was pissed off. I don't think you're a douche. And now if this guy comes at me, I will do whatever I can to fight it, just to be a petty asshole, and that's what I am.
Okay. I mean, for the record, I don't care if you call me a douche. I don't really I
didn't think it would, but like
it sounded like you were scared. You made it. You were scrambling. You called me, then I got text. Just heads up. I called you a douche. I don't mean it. Like it was. I don't even remember saying it. I'm getting blackmailed. The guy's trying to ruin my life. I didn't mean that. You're a douche.
Is the wrong word.
Any of my employees can think I'm a douchebag, a jerk, an idiot. Those words don't bother me. What bothers me is when people say racist. Or,
yes, of course.
Yes.
And
that
I have
very
gone
much bothers me.
Very privately, I have gone to war with people that have called you those words, and I say, you don't know Dave Portnoy for fucking shit. Like, and the Barstool Fund's a good example. Like, and I try not to open my mouth on anything unless it's absolutely necessary.
I think that's a good policy.
Absolutely. I understand my rank, and I understand my file, and
your brain capacity.
Of course, I take all that into consideration, which I think lends to me being a little self-aware at least. And if and with the Barstool Fund thing, everyone's like, "Oh, he's doing that." Like all these people that hate you and hate Barstool for what they think it is or what their broken brains try to push it is. I have gone to war with people very privately and said that guy absolutely fucking cares about small businesses because you built this company into a media empire from scratch.
I'm seeing nowadays that, and we restarted up the Barstool Fund, which was, by the way, I announced months and months ago that was always the plan, that we had to hire somebody full time. I've seen that twisted that I only did the Barstool Fund to
which is complete and total fucking bullshit.
Change the focus from Business Insider, but the Barstool Fund predated all of that. Like
I know Guy, a good friend of our office, he was applying for the head of that job. He's got his own charity out here, but I'm like, no, he truly cares about those people. Like you can look at him and see it in his eyes. All those ist words, sexist, racist, homophobic, whatever. I've heard you called anti-Semitic. Who the fuck? You're a Jewish guy.
Yeah, right.
And I got into almost a fight at a bar about a guy calling you an anti-Semite. I'm like, he's a Jewish, you fucking moron. Like, what are you talking about?
Listen, White Sox Dave, for all your faults, I like you. You're the first guy, and we need White Sox Dave. If we go to war, he's the first guy you send out to get murdered. Like you need that.
I'll be the
line.
human meat shield.
You need the front line that goes in, takes the bullets while the generals are behind.
Yes,
he'd be one of those guys.
Absolutely,
no doubt
but I
that.
wouldn't do that unless called upon. And the chances that you would ever call upon me, considering my faults, is next to none. But know that if that time ever came, I would be right there.
Can I ask you something? You were going off on Captain Cons the other day.
Oh, I love Cons. Cons and I are just
okay.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell that. If you couldn't tell, I was getting mad at you.
No, because
I thought you were serious. I can't tell. And sometimes even I get confused because there's the whole RICO. So I was like, why you try? I thought, all right, so that's good to know.
No, Cons and I were texting on the side, like laughing about that. No, Cons and I love busting his balls because he's also a doofus. But
can I ask a quick question? So you're obviously concerned because you said you're being extorted. You've taken it to almost legal action.
So I got an article.
By the way,
send you the article.
For White Sox opening day tickets, I might add that.
It was also. I mean, it was more. I know you don't give a shit about it, but he was demanding Lori Lightfoot's number. Like,
But
what if he goes after her?
Time out.
I know that's slim chance to none, but
time out. If he was extorting you with a text message or a DM of you calling Dave a douche, then he just loses leverage. Like, case over, right?
oh,
You just told him. You jumped in front of it. Dave, I called you a douche.
That's exactly
what he was doing.
That's what I was doing. I was getting ahead of it.
I know, but I thought you're still like pursuing, like,
If-
just because he did this in the first
out
place.
of
Because
petty reasons,
got you.
And I get like the guy
Does it
sent
worry
me.
you that he has to be close with somebody you're close with?
I'm glad you brought that up. My old job, he referenced the company, so I have a feeling it might be someone there that he knows or is. I'm not positive, but like, it's in Twitter's hands. Like I reported it because like he.
I'm sure that's like very high on their file list of cases to follow.
When you're demanding the mayor of Chicago's phone number from me,
well,
that
what
is
you say,
that
which,
is.
What you say you don't have.
Why?
So.
Of course I don't have it. Why would I have it? I don't have it.
We'll see. It'll be interesting to see how Twitter reacts to this. White Sox Dave being extorted for Chicago White Sox opening day tickets.
I mean, the tickets were the side piece to the mayor thing, and when I went down, and he had a burner account, so it was like a name followed by 1,000 numbers. I don't have it anymore. I'm trying to look for it, but he was.
What?
That's like serious to me. That's like a public figure. You can't go after those people. Politics aside, if you like her or don't, I don't like her.
But you have nothing.
It was like
you're not going at like you just. So you're putting the city on notice that somebody's on the lookout for her phone number.
I gave it a 30-second scan down his Twitter timeline, and it was very, very, very right-wing, crazy person talk. And if I didn't say something, and in the 1% of 1% chance he did do something to her, that would be a bad look for me. I would feel I don't know if I could get in trouble or not. I don't think I could, but I would feel like unbelievable amounts of guilt. So I just reported it to Twitter. It's in their hands. That's all it was. But
it's on you, Twitter. If anything crazy happens with the stalker or going after anybody, it's on Twitter's head. Blood is on Twitter's hands.
So that was it. And like as soon as Ed sent it, because Ed sends a text message every day with like our schedule for the day to come. And as soon as he said Dave Portnoy show was recording, I'm like, please don't send me a side text. Please don't send me a side text. Please don't send me a side text. 2 seconds later, I got that side text. Hey,
well,
Dave,
Eddie didn't even know. I told him. It was like, we should probably have White Sox Dave on. He DM'd and called me and texted me and said that he was calling me a douchebag in private and I was being extorted. And he wants to let me know he does not think I'm a douchebag. He just calls me that privately.
I thought you were a douchebag in that instance.
It's fair.
But
and even if you thought I was a douchebag, it doesn't bother me.
And I don't.
I think you're a douchebag.
I don't think douchebag describes either of us. I think
moron.
I think
you're a moron.
100%.
Okay.
1,000%. Absolutely. Fair. But yeah, just know that if and when the time ever came where you're like I was thinking about doing it kind of as a joke. I saw your tweet this morning saying it was your birthday. Like everybody tweets something mean at one of my haters. I thought about doing that similar to who was it? TJ when he sent that box to you down in Florida.
Yeah. No, you'd be the first guy. Those old movies like The Patriot or whatever, where everyone it's like march and everyone takes one step. You have those big muskets, and that first line just gets wiped out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know you're getting wiped out. You'd be one of those wiped out guys.
Of course, no and I would welcome that. That would be my duty.
Okay. All right. Thanks, White Sox Dave.
Thank you, David. Happy birthday once again.
Thank you. Somebody's definitely going to make a gif of like our front line of those people with just loading the musket. It's just a matter of time till you catch one.
I mean, you just send the guy on a kamikaze mission.
If we went all out war, he's a frontline guy.
Oh my God. He's being extorted, Dave. You don't seem to care.
No, nobody wants to be extorted. Nobody wants to be extorted. He's getting extorted for something. He doesn't have the number and the douchebag. I think people know, man, calling me a douchebag literally does not. I could give a fuck less about that. He probably was right in that moment. I was probably a douchebag.